I'm going to let you guys hold on to that thought because I think the next issue ties into what we're still discussing, right? We're going to talk about technology next. And this is also based on certain statements. These statements may add to the issue right now. In terms of development of cars, and this is where we try to alter the issue of brand perception, right? I suppose the new technology needs to be, we have to keep up with that. Therefore, I think we should bring in this issue. People are saying that here, Hazim and Zainal are saying here that we want more fuel efficiency, we want more comfort, we want better technology and better safety. Could this indicate that, you know, we are willing to look at that or forego that brand perception if we get that? But then again, what is better technology? What is better comfort? I think this is a trends issue. Is there anyone who wants to start a comment about where are we now in terms of the?
Maybe I can start. Yeah, let me start from from institutional standpoint, which is the government standpoint. I think we all know that the new NAP, which has yet to be announced, hopefully will be announced soon, talks about the energy efficient vehicle. So there are two aspects of this energy efficient vehicle. One is on the fuel efficiency, and the other one is actually a lower carbon emission. So the way forward for Malaysia is to produce products, having a vehicle having a good fuel efficiency, a better mileage for a liter of petrol or a liter of diesel, and at the same time emitting lower carbon. Now, just to clarify our definition of energy efficient vehicles in the context of the NAP, it is not only about electric vehicles or hybrid, but it is also about ICE, internal combustion engine, as long as you are able to, you're producing cars that are fuel efficient and emitted lower carbon. So it also includes future technology like fuel cell, even hydrogen fuel cell, etc., and so on. Okay, so this is where moving forward, the NAP emphasizes on technology uptaking, because we believe while branding issue is something that the OEM, the manufacturer need to deal with. Okay, because it's really about how to brand their products, but in terms of technology, in terms of direction, the government, we are pushing for the technology uptake towards energy efficient vehicle to be the center point to move our Malaysian automotive industry. Now, at the same time, talking about EEV, there is no point having car that is fuel efficient as well as low carbon emission, but not having or not adhering to certain safety standards. For that reason, as I mentioned, the UNECE regulation, the roadmap by 2015, all that is being aligned to make sure that cars that are produced in Malaysia will be aligned to not only fuel efficiency and carbon emission, but also aligned to safety, security, as well as comfort level. So all these are being these are the thrusts and these are the components of the new national automotive policy moving forward.
I just want to add, as far as latest technology, I think if you look at all the brands, whatever is introduced in Malaysia, whenever you have a new brand, it's always the latest technology. In terms of fuel efficiency, there's always improvement. No company or no brands will move backwards to say, you bring back the old technology and all that. But there is a cost to it. When you bring in new technology, it's not FOC because the development and all that. So people must be prepared, to think that whatever is better, there could be a cost to it. That's all I wanted to say.
And from our perspective, I think, and that's a key point to what you just mentioned, Dr. Aisha, is there has to be a balance. Yeah. For instance, if car prices go up because raw materials go up, we have to counterbalance that, for instance, with fuel savings. So I think we all agree along those lines, it is our most stringent target, on the one hand, to come up with fuel savings, and on the other hand, because there is a direct relationship in the taxation on CO2, for instance, in Europe, the CO2 emissions are driving forward our efforts to bring down the CO2 emissions, because otherwise we get taxed too high. So there is a drive forward. However, and that's where it gets interesting, also in the Malaysian context now for us, is do we have the proper potential in the marketplace? Yeah, we are a company that is, for instance, linking our hybrid programs directly with diesels. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's very difficult for us to bring the proper diesel quality or find the proper diesel quality in the market to come up with really even more fuel-efficient vehicles that we have already at the moment. So that is something that we're also looking forward in the new NAP to hopefully come out and basically also supporting to get to that next level in the industry, and that the scissor or that the difference to the European unit also in light of being competitive with our local products that we manufacture here. So in order for that not to be increasing, we have to really find the proper connection there as far as fuel quality and also diesel availability on a Euro 4 and 5 standard is concerned. That's what we hope for to see then in the NAP.
Well, we do recognize the fact, sorry, just one point. We do recognize the fact, the importance of clean diesel, and we do recognize the fact that clean diesel, in some of the technology using clean diesel is even better fuel efficient than a hybrid technology, okay? So that's why the revised NAP 2013 do not disqualify any of the technology. What's important would be the outcome of the product, the outcome of its fuel efficiency and the outcome of its carbon emission. So the policy put measures to facilitate, the growth of such a technology for products to be more fuel efficient and lower carbon emission, including the provision of fuel, the provision of infrastructure, the provision of even education. Because awareness among the society, among Malaysians is important, for them to realize that this price of a car may be a bit higher compared to another car, but in the long run, it is more fuel efficient. And maybe in the long run, as a green citizen, we emit lower carbon to the environment.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I just wanted to. There's no disagreement. I think the key is trying to balance all this. Technology comes with cost, definitely, and in the context of compact car manufacturers like us, the pressure is even more, trying to make it affordable. But at the same time, you want this, you want that. But again, in order for us to compete, some form of technology need to be introduced. But what I wanted to say is that from a compact car manufacturer point of view, it is still, from a cost point of view, it is still cheaper to improve on internal combustion engine. And I'm glad that Cik Madani and the policymakers in drafting or in cooking the NAP has taken that into consideration. Otherwise, if you look at just EV or HV, then people like us will have difficulty. But having said that, in terms of meeting requirements of fuel efficiency, carbon emission and the rest, we have to meet all those.
To add a little bit more on that, what Chairman mentioned just now in terms of the fuel efficient vehicles. Well, I think moving forward, I think the government also need to communicate a little bit more in terms of what are the benefit of the fuel efficient, the latest technology product in the market. For example, since we are the pioneer in hybrid in the Malaysian market, it's not that easy. Although the government has actually reduced the excise duty to zero, import duty to zero, we are selling the cars at a very affordable price. For the first year, it was very much easy to sell the product because those people who bought the car, actually those people who knows what hybrid is all about. But moving into second year, for example, this year, we are very much struggle to sell the product because why? People still think that, that's a spaceship technology. Still, it's, they thought that it's a very high technology kind of thing. They're afraid to buy the hybrid product. Whereas, and on the other hand, the fuel price also relatively low in Malaysia, so that's why they would rather go for ICE rather than choose for hybrid. So I think moving forward, we need to also educate the consumer out there. Technology alone will not work. If the driver keep on driving like, going for a F1 race, definitely the fuel efficiency will not work to the car itself.
I would like to add a little bit to what Cik Akbar has just said. It's very interesting and it's very true. I mean, we have hybrid owners who don't even know what is going on with the car. I mean, the technology behind the car. They buy the car because it's cheap. It's another way to buy a cheap Japanese car, the hybrid. Now, why do we...
Relatively cheap.
Relatively cheap, yes. Yeah, I got that question on Facebook today. Anyway, what is the real reason for the government to introduce this? Is it to educate the people that we need to save on fuel? Or is it that one day the fuel subsidy will be taken back? Because from what I can see, the people, they are not really ready to face the fact that one day the subsidy might be taken back from the market. So I mean, if we start selling fuel price at global prices like what Thailand and Indonesia is doing, I do not think that the people can accept that, and I don't think there's enough effort to educate the people out there. The reason why we need to introduce all these EEV.
I'm sure Cik Maya has a holistic answer to that, but before he does that, I want to bring in the next issue because I think it ties nicely into what we discussed so far. It's been very interesting.